that's kind of the position I'm in right now.
Share one good tailbone joke with us, I guess, since you said you had a list of them.
Best one I had was just trying to be a real asset for the team.
An asset. It was an asset joke. A little dad joke there, but I know we had David Teller talking to us, so we didn't hear the tail end. But an asset joke. Nice little dad joke, but Curry will be back. He's tired of telling jokes here. And look, we're tired of telling jokes about the Golden State Warriors because last time out Friday night at Chase Center against the Hawks, they look lifeless. They gave up 65% shooting from the floor in the first half alone. John Collins, Trae Young, they desperately need their MVP candidate back in the lineup.
Absolutely. Just his confidence, his swagger. You know who doesn't think it's a joke that he's coming back? Billy Donovan. He's double teaming him already. Yeah. So the rest of the team can get back to their normal positions. They're going to be open shots because of Steph's gravity he's going to create. But you're right. The back-to-back games, Sacramento and Atlanta, De'Aaron Fox went for a career-high 44. They took nothing away from him. The following night back at Chase, John Collins went for 38 and 13. And the Hawks got anything they wanted. They were shooting wide open threes, driving the lane, getting to the free throw line. So tonight, to me, Darrell, this is a personal pride game. You have your scouting report and all those things laid out. You got to win each individual matchup with some resistance and some physicality.
Yeah, this is great news for the Warriors to have Steph back. You know, not only those 29 points that you talked about, Mully, but the fact that he's that leader. You know, he brings a lot out of these guys. So just to see guys get back to their normal role and, you know, feel comfortable in that role, I can't wait to see them out there. I'm looking for them to come out early tonight and have that energy and play with some pride, too. Like you said, those two games that they had were definitely disappointing, you know, as far as on the competitive side. So I'm really, really looking forward to them coming out early tonight.
Giving up 141 to the Sacramento Kings and then 124 to the Atlanta Hawks when they took their foot off the gas pedal. That was embarrassing for the Golden State Warriors, like you guys said. Personal pride tonight and a sense of urgency. Let's bring in Warriors reporter Kendra Andrews, powered by Cisco WebEx. And I know Kendra right now is a little nervous because of Gonzaga. The Bulldogs are in the Elite Eight against USC. We can talk about that some other time, but I know you're a little nervous about that, but just talk about what it means to have Steph Curry back. What's the latest on Steph Curry here, Kendra?
I don't know if I'm nervous for the Zag. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about their chances. But yes, you know, Steph Curry, everyone should be expecting him to be back on the court tonight after missing these last 2 weeks. And originally, he was only supposed to miss 2 to 3 days. But as Steph was kind of talking about there, it's all about the field. There's no rehab that you can go through for a tailbone contusion. But after missing these last 2 weeks, he practiced in full on Sunday. He shot around this morning, after which he said he was trending in the right direction and was entering tonight with the full intention of playing. Just a couple moments ago, Steve Kerr said the same thing, but they're waiting for him to get through his pregame warmups before making anything official, just to make sure that there isn't any lingering pain or discomfort. And if he is playing, which everyone expects him to, Steve Kerr says he won't be on a minutes restriction. They'll listen to his body and make decisions from there.
You know, Kendra, coming off a 4-game losing streak, how urgent is this game in this moment for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors?
Well, Bonte, as you said, they're on a 4-game losing streak. They're 2 games below 500, and they're 6 games out of that 6th seed, which is the seed everyone wants because it allows you to avoid the play-in games. Now, Steve Kerr says that he believes his team can still make a run throughout this final stretch, and Steph Curry agrees with him. But Steph said believing it is just one part. The other part is actually producing, which the Warriors haven't been able to do. Now, the first step, Steph says, is, well, we can't let opponents score 120, 130 points per game because we're not going to outscore them. And this isn't the same Warriors team with all of that lethal scoring and shooting as the past couple seasons. Instead, their strengths are their athleticism, their quickness around the rim, and their defense. So they really need to lean on that. And then the other thing, which you guys have touched on a little bit, is get their pride back. It's been very lost since returning from the All-Star break. Steve Kerr says that Steph Curry provides a little extra swag and confidence to this team, and flat out, they're just better when he's on the court. So they hope that having Steph back tonight will be the spark that they need to snap this losing streak and make that run they think they can.
All right, Kendra, enjoy the game tonight. And when we touch back down Thursday, we'll see if the Gonzaga Bulldogs are still playing in the NCAA tournament. Good stuff as we talk about Steph Curry here. And you look at the Western Conference standings and the Warriors. Last time I was in the studio, Darrell Wright and I, we've had the last couple games off. They were in the 8th spot. They're down in the 10th spot here, hanging on tight, half game behind Memphis. You see them with full 2 games behind the Dallas Mavericks. So forget about the 6th seed right now. Just got to get a win, Darrell. It's 26 games left in the season. It's time to turn up if you're the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, these guys need to find a way to stop the bleeding. And we talked about the Sacramento Kings. They're not pictured in that standing, but they're right behind them. They're playing great basketball. Their leader is finally turning it on. So, and they also made some trades that we all know that, is going to help them on the defensive end. So it's super important for those guys to come out there tonight with a sense of urgency and get their pride back on the defensive end.
I think everyone believes they can make a run. They have a very advantageous second half of the schedule, but they got to get healthy and get whole. And without Steph Curry, that was not going to happen. With him back in the lineup, he's going to draw big-time attention on the offensive end. And the offensive struggles and the defense, they're connected, and your defense is connected. And what Steph brings beyond his 30 points and all the double teams that he's going to attract is the passion and joy. And when you're struggling and winning, that's what gets you out of a funk. Just the positive energy, and Steph always shows up with that. He'll bring his 30 points, but maybe more importantly, his passion and his joy will be back in the building tonight.
And the passion defensively for this team, because as you just said, Willie, contagious, right? When Curry's getting buckets and the offense is humming here, how much does it help their defense? When you're getting, you're giving up 141 to Sacramento and 124 to Atlanta, it feels like the offense needs to generate their defense, not the other way around.
But when Steph's in the lineup, guys are going to get more shots. They're going to get open. You don't have to run as many sets to get guys open. When he comes off screens, they're going to double him. I think you'll see more of Draymond handling the ball. He'll have the ability to kick out for shooters. And I think we'll see Wiseman catching some lobs from the dunker spot because of Steph's presence.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot more layups as well. Steph is going to, acquire a lot of attention around the perimeter. So we'll see a lot of those backdoor cuts. We saw Wiseman in the dunker area getting those lobs. So guys should be ready and thrilled to play tonight.
And they saw the Bulls in the 3rd game of the season early when the Warriors won 129 and 128. Remember the D-Lee game winner from the top of the key. But this Bulls team, they look a bit different. We'll discuss that a little bit later. But it's all about Steph Curry possibly making his return tonight as he looks so good with the ball handling through the legs, layup line. They need Steph Curry. As you see, LaMarcus Aldridge bought out by the San Antonio Spurs. He signed with the Brooklyn Nets to join KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Blake Griffin. And then former Cavaliers center Andre Drummond. He signed with the LA Lakers, so the big-time teams here in the Eastern and Western Conference are loading up big moves made by the favorites to try to play for the NBA title. And just your quick thoughts here. LaMarcus Aldridge bought out by the Spurs. Looked a little slow, looked a little rugged, but what can he offer the Brooklyn Nets?
I think more shooting around the perimeter, a guy that you can throw the ball down in the post and get a bucket. I had the opportunity to play with him for 2 years. He's a competitor. He's going to be rejuvenated. They have Royal Ivey on the assistant coaching staff.
Texas
guy, Kevin Durant. So it's a lot of ties there. So I'm pretty sure whatever the conversation was really, really willed him in.
Andre Drummond, Willie, Lakers, it's going to help them.
Yeah, it's a big-time help. Lakers have struggled rebounding the ball, so automatically he's one of the top rebounders in the league. And much like LaMarcus Aldridge, come playoff time, when you need a bucket, you can throw it down to LaMarcus Aldridge, let him play one-on-one to slow the game down. With Andre Drummond, if you switch on him small, he'd bury you in the paint and dunk on you. He's one of the biggest guys in the league.
Yeah, so the Lakers loading up. Obviously, no Dwight Howard this year, no JaVale McGee. A lack of bigs here, especially without Anthony Davis. They get Drummond. Brooklyn builds a super team here. Who's the favorite? Is the Brooklyn Nets the favorite to win the championship?
Back east, Brooklyn and Philly. And I don't think Andre Drummond switches the balance of power out west. I think the top 3 teams, I think Utah and the 2 LA teams. The 4th team, that's going to fluctuate, I think, between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm still rolling with the Brooklyn Nets.
Riding with it?
Yeah, they got a lot of firepower there. Veterans, that's so important down the stretch, especially in the playoff on those deep runs. So I still think Brooklyn is definitely the favorite still.
No doubt. Kevin Durant will tell you the same thing as well. He's been active on Twitter. Will, I know you don't do Twitter. Maybe KD can stay off of Twitter a little bit.
I'm inactive.
Tonight at Chase Center, history will be made. Kate Scott, Mary Murphy, Karen Burke will be on the broadcast for 95.7 The Game. My homegirl, Tanika Smothers, will be engineering it, and Whitley San Giorno, the on-site coordinator of that game. History made at Chase Center for here on Women's Empowerment Month. And look, when Chase Center opened its doors, the Warriors had their new home. But Chase Center isn't just a home of the Golden State Warriors. It hosts a variety of concerts and special events year-round. Although the events may differ, there's one common thread. Well, let's meet the one. Concerts, shows, comedy acts, a lot more at Chase Center. So that's really cool that Kim Stone, is running the show.
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you to Kim Stone.
Yeah.
The Warrior games are always a treat to see the incredible performances, not just by the team, by the whole entertainment for the evening. I had the pleasure of being there New Year's Eve with my wife Liz and Bill Walton on stage with the Grateful Dead.
Wow, look
bringing in the new year.
Okay.
The perks of being a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And then I saw Elton John, which was an incredible concert. Kim, please get the Eagles back. I was all set to see the Eagles before the pandemic happened. Make sure they get back in the house.
Yeah, this was an amazing piece, and that was a humble brag, too.
That was a flex, dude. That was a flex.
Okay, I'm going to invite you next year. You ain't showing up.
I'm going to be there.
That was a flex right there. I ain't mad at you, though. Come on, man. I ain't mad at you.
Grateful Dead, man. You know who the Grateful Dead are?
Yeah, of course I do. Man.
There you go.
Who's
the drummer?
I'm from San Francisco. I don't know the name of the drummer. I know they're from San
Mickey
Francisco.
Hart, man.
All right, man.
Come on, Mickey.
A little past my age range there, but hey, Darrell, you got to, when you get to Chase Center, man, you're going to see how dynamic this arena is.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see the practice court, the arena, the way they pull the seats out. And when you're at a comedy show or a concert, the setting is just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm so upset I haven't been in Chase Center yet. Being overseas, my family have been there. They rave about it. So a lot of people I know rave about it. So I can't wait to get in there just to take it all in and see how nice it is. So salute to Kim Stone for sure.
Next New Year's Eve, put on your calendar now.
Okay.
You pencil in it. you use a pen.
Hey, at least he's keeping it in the buck here. As a young kid say, at least he's keeping it in 100 there. As you look at K-Stop Street, Grateful Dead on stage, man. Bill Walton,
man.
Sounds like a great time, man. Probably won't be able to get out the house anyway, but K-Scott here. Are y'all ready to have some fun as K-Stop makes history here? Play-by-play voice on 95.7 The Game tonight. Mary Murphy doing the color. Kareth Burke doing the pre- and post-game show. Tanika Smothers engineering. Whitley Sandreno on-site covering the game. So a really cool deal here. We saw the Sacramento Kings right here on NBC Sports California have an all-women here broadcast on Saturday night when Harrison Barnes hit the game winner against Cleveland. Let's hear from Sound. Kate Scott, Kareth Burke. Here you go.
Kareth is part of a group tonight, all women's broadcast that's pretty special on the radio. Are you thrilled for these gals making history tonight with?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm excited for all of them. It's I think I've been upstairs actually watching UConn and Baylor and watching just the talent level of these girls. It was a good reminder of the impact that women have on basketball and the impact that they could have in many other areas. We've seen some strides in recent years in terms of women entering the coaching ranks, management as well, and broadcasting is another area where there's no reason why we can't have a really strong female influence in that part of the game. And we're starting to see it, but I think this is a really good step forward and a chance for these women to shine, and I'm excited for them.
Hey, Kareth, good luck tonight, by the way. Very awesome opportunity with you and Kate. And I'm blanking on those. Mary. Awesome. Hopefully I'm playing and I don't get to hear you guys, but good luck. Congratulations.
That was Steve Kerr on Kareth and Kate and Mary Murphy, Tanika, and Whitley Sandreno. But we got the right corner coming up with the special guest, Baron Davis. You do not want to miss this. He'll touch on a lot of things going on with the Golden State Warriors, including the return of Steph Curry with Boom Dizzle with D. Wright. That's next right here on Warriors Pregame Live, presented by Comcast Business.
Warriors Pregame Live is brought to you by the Bay Area BMW Centers. Take advantage of exceptional.
A very special guest, my big bro, a LA legend, a Warriors legend, BD, a.k.a. Boom Dizzle, a.k.a. Diddy Bop. Baron Davis. What's good, bro?
What's up, my dog? What's happening? What's up, bro? I see you. You're in prime time now.
Hey, man. Hey, man, they done gave me a little segment, bro. So, you know.
As they should.
I want to start this first question off. Can you say that you have the best dunk in Warriors history?
Baron shoves it down on Kirilenko's head.
I would say it probably like one of the most memorable ones, you know, Chris Webber.
Behind the back and the step of the foul. What a play by Webber.
Jason Richardson has some crazy dunks.
And left it short. Richardson, the ferocious follow flush. Oh my goodness.
The dunk I had was probably like the most memorable, right? Because it was playoffs, you know, just a lot of emotions and like that, but it was fun.
Earlier this season, Steph imitated your reaction to the dunk over Kirilenko. How big of a fan are you of his?
Huge. I mean, a huge fan. For me, like, I've always been a huge Steph Curry fan. One, because point guard for the Warriors. You know what I mean? And it was like, yo, what better person to have, like, you know what I mean, to take over and, like, take it to a whole nother level. But I just think, you know, for what he stands for the league, you know what I mean, and like his personality, he's a real dude, and he's a really, really, really good basketball player.
Steph is running into the front court. Draymond finds him another three. 62! 62!
I still think I can beat him one-on-one, though. Don't get it twisted.
That'd be a fire one-on-one, too, because y'all got all that junk in y'all game, for sure.
Man, if I could play Steph one-on-one for a 10-day.
Good luck. Hey, and I thought what he did when he wore your jersey those final games at Oracle was...
Yeah, that was sick, dog. That was like... Yeah, that was a moment. I still, I got the little Instagram photo. I went and copied that up. Well, maybe the Warriors will send that to me, but I got that copied and hanging up, man. That meant a lot. I think it meant a lot to the fans, too, to see them dudes just paying homage. And, you know, for them to pay homage to us, and we ain't even win, you know what I mean? So it was like, it's crazy. It's just crazy, you know, just the impact. And, you know, it's just the love that those dudes show was like, still make me feel a part of the Warriors. So when I always say when the Warriors win, I feel like I won a championship.
Would you say you played your best basketball as a Warrior in your career?
I would say some of my best basketball, not all my best basketball. You know, I was an all-star in Charlotte when we were in the Hornets. I should have been an all-star I think I was an all-star when we were in New Orleans, too. Mm-hmm. So it was the 2 times I was. I don't think I was an all-star with Golden State, even though I feel like, you know, I kind of got jugged on that, but, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, man, I would say that We Believe year was probably one of my better years. And then even the next year, well, I think I averaged like 23 and 8 or something like that. But, you know, it was something about the Bay. You know, I wish I never left, you know what I mean? But I felt like I had to leave at the time, you know what I mean, just to make it better for other people. You know what I'm saying?
What were some of your memories with Mully being the GM, spending time here with him with the Dubs?
Well, I say for Mully, like, Mully always had my back from the time I got there. He fought for me to get there. He fought for me to get, you know, other guys around to play with. And he fought to keep me there. I think Mully was unfairly treated while he was there. You know, as far as like the crazy thing about that squad, bro, is that Chris Mullin, Rod Higgins, Mitch Richmond walking in that gym, bro. Crazy. In that We Believe moment, I was hurt. So I hurt my knee, dog. I had knee surgery. People don't remember this. And so I was out for like 3 weeks anyway. And Mully came down to LA and he was like, yo, bro, we just need you back. And I was like, what do you need? He was like, man, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He was like, I'll work out with you. And I was like, you'll work out with me? He was like, yeah. So me, Mully, and Mitch Richmond when I got out of my surgery, when I first started to like do court work, those were the dudes that was working me out.
That's crazy. That's
why I was juiced, because imagine working out with Mully and Mitch, and then after that, you talking to them about their legacy and what they was doing. I was like, damn, dog, I gotta get back on the court. We gotta get to the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I got nothing but the utmost respect for Chris Mullin, because he looked out for me, you know what I mean? And even, you know, in my contract negotiations with the Warriors, you know, he was the only person fighting for me to stay.
And I'm not trying to start nothing, all right? So I'm just letting that know now. So We Believe versus the 2016-17 Dubs. Best of 7. What's the results?
It's going to go 7.
Ooh, okay.
Do you believe in the Warriors now?
You know, you got Steph, you got Clay. Is KD on that team?
KD on that team.
We're going to have some problems. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. They got some firepower. They do it. Y'all want to do it? Set it up. I get in shape. Run it. Run it for a 10-day. If we win, we get a 10-day. The whole squad. Run it.
Baron Davis, that was good stuff. Darrell Rodriguez and Monty Poole, our Warriors Insider, powered by Cisco WebEx. As you just saw that, Monty, Baron Davis, man, he was one of a kind. What a character. What do you remember about Boom Dizzle here in his days with the Golden State Warriors?
Well, a couple things. I just remember, first of all, that that acquisition was the kind of acquisition the Warriors were never seen to quite able to pull off before. And so when they got Baron Davis, I thought, okay, they're getting serious now. They're actually meaning to try to win games and try and get to the playoffs. They're serious about this. And the other thing is that when Baron first arrived, he walks into that locker room, and you could see the guys' spirits lift. I mean, they saw, okay, we gonna get something going up because this dude's a baller. They all knew that, the whole league knew that Baron could play. So bringing in Baron was like one of those moves that was seismic in the sense that the Warriors had always been able to, you know, kind of hang around the fringes, but never right close to the playoffs. You got Baron in there, you're thinking, okay, we are a playoff team now. We have a guy who has been an all-star, and he comes to play, and he wants to be here. So I just think those two things stuck out for me because he was legit, and the Warriors weren't always able to bring in legit guys and have them give them legit roles on a team that was going somewhere. That team actually went somewhere.
Willie, what do you remember about those workouts, going down to L.A. with Mitch and working out with Baron Davis when he had that knee injury?
Well, like Monty said, Baron was a star among stars. All the big stars in the league knew about his talent, knew he could take a game over, and that's exactly what we did for the Warrior franchise. The Warrior franchise, the arena was kind of dead and quiet. When Baron showed up, the place started getting packed out, and we were able to do that Indiana Pacer trade to acquire Steven Jackson and Al Harrington. Because of Baron's star quality, they felt comfortable coming to play with Baron. And, I mean, amazingly talented guy, charismatic personality. The workouts, you know, we were struggling. We were really struggling. And, Nelly was getting a little frustrated. So I sent Rod Higgins to New York to be with Nelly to kind of just keep him locked in. Mitch and I flew to L.A. to see how to check it on Baron. And we said, let's get on the court a little bit. And Mitch and I started talking a little bit, getting into him. And his competitive juices started flowing. Next thing you know, he's dunking and banging threes and going full, 100%. We say, Baron, go give it a shot, like he said. I said, just get out there and see what you got. We finished that season 9-1 and carried that momentum into an incredible upset of the number one team in the league, Dallas. And then we fought Utah. But Baron Davis had an incredible impact, obviously on the court. But as you see, he's still got that charismatic personality. I mean, it just brings a smile on my face, right. Man. It made, the GM job can be tough.
Right.
Acquiring Baron Davis made it all worth it.
And Darrell, you go back with Baron from your LA days. Talk about that.
Man, just the fact that he took us under our wing. You know, being an inner city kid, you don't see many professional basketball players. You don't see those guys up close and personal. So the fact that he took me, and I have 5 or 6 friends that I grew up with that became NBA players or professional players overseas. He took us under his wing. He showed us how to be professional, how to work, how to carry yourself off the court. So I'm always, grateful for Baron and our relationship. And you can see it right there, man. That was a great interview. My jaws are hurting from laughing so much, man.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was a great job, man. That was great stuff. Great stuff. From one dynamic point guard to another, Monty, Steph Curry, we're anticipating him making his return tonight for the Golden State Warriors, and boy, do they need him. They need him desperately here as they're free-falling in the standings. And we saw the game Friday night against Atlanta. Looked a bit lifeless defensively. Offensively, they need number 30 in a big, big way. This is going to put a jolt into that Warriors lineup.
Yeah, who knew that the defense would suffer without Steph Curry? People always look at Steph as an offensive player, but he's actually been playing some pretty good defense this year. But you're right. They are now 6 games back of the Blazers, who are in the 6th spot right now. It's where they want to be. I don't know if they can get there, but they think they can. They can't without Steph playing superb basketball.
All right, Monty, have a good night and enjoy Warriors and Bulls before they go out on this East Coast road trip. And we'll talk more about Steph Curry a little later in the program, but D. Wright Mully, Warriors got to deal with